Hello, lads and ladies, and welcome to this. How are we? It's Monday, which means one thing. No, not feeling awful. It's Monday, back to work or back to half term this week for you young uns. We is back. League One Roundup. We are talking about all the games from Saturday. The League One table, looking at a few teams in particular, hunting down on the playoffs. Bottom four, 3 of the bottom 5 won at the weekend as well. So good weekend for them. We're going to get into it in this stream. We're going to go to our comments first. We are marching on with a cold, but anything for the CODs and the League One viewers. Ipswich away on Saturday. We'll get into that in a minute. Over 9,000 views on the video. The best support on the video so far this season at this stage. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Elliot. Hello, Hugh. Hello, Dan. Hello, Roy. Hello, EJ. All right, mate. Hello, Tubotti. I know I did get the title wrong. I do apologise. Again, looking forward to today's game. It's going to be, looking forward to tonight's show, talking about all the games, what I mean. Good show last week. We had a lot of you in. So, yeah, let me know how your team got on this weekend. Let me know your opinions. But we are going to this weekend's key fixtures. And every 3 or 4 games will come to the chat. So keep piling up the questions and we'll get into it. So Accrington to Portsmouth 2 at the weekend. 2 sides with different ambitions, but doing quite similar in the table. Accrington are 11th, Portsmouth 16th. You wouldn't have ever predicted that 10 years ago. Really an unbelievable rise. For Stanley, 6 wins in the first 14 games, and 2 draws in there as well. But great draw, Pell at the on the score sheet again. That is 3 in 2 for that man. And Matt Butcher also adding to his early collection of goals. Harness again, improving, 4 goals in 6, starting to get that goal tally up. Curtis on the score sheet again. But that is no winning 7 now for Portsmouth. They have drawn 3 of those, lost 4. The opening day win at Fleetwood being their only win this season. Accrington have only lost once at home this season in 6. It's an impressive, place to go, really. They're hard to beat. They're solid at home. And that game that they lost was against Wigan, who are, they're where they are in the table for a reason. So a good draw. I think Portsmouth would have taken that before the game, the run that they've been on. To concede 8 goals in 2 games against Rotherham and Ipswich, wasn't good at all. But they got through that, and I rate that. Wimbledon 0, Wigan 2. And Wigan, you're doing it. The bounce back ability. Now, I just want to say, they've lost 4 games this year, Wigan, including the cup against Sunderland. The next game they've always run. Rotherham at home, the game after they lost, won. Cheltenham at home after the Sunderland Cup game, they won. Gillingham away after Sheffield Wednesday, they won. And now Wimbledon away, they've won. They have got that bounce back ability. Unbelievable. They have won their last 5 away games. They lost on the opening day. Forget that. Won the last 5. Yes, the sides that they've been playing aren't the greatest, but look at your Sheffield Wednesdays, look at your Boltons, your Portsmouths. They're not getting points. Wigan are. Unbelievable start to the season for them. Kambari on goal and a McLean goal. Wimbledon are poor at home. 1 win in the first 7. It's only the second home game where they failed to score. I think Wigan since the opening, they've only conceded 1 goal away. So it just shows you how tight they are. Their next away game is at Fleetwood. But again, great win. Margin up that table. And Wigan fans, let me know your opinions on yourselves this season. I'm very interested to know. Bolton 2, Gillingham 2. Bolton were 2-0 down on an awful run. Lost the last 3, hadn't scored. Gillingham, Akinde and Kyle Dempsey, the former Fleetwood man. That is 9 points in the last 8 games. They are improving, but that is only 1.1 points a game. They really need to be averaging, your 1.3s, your 1.4s to really get out with that. To be fair, they've only lost 3 in 9. They've 3 and 8. Sorry, they've won 2, drawn 3. They've just drawn too many games this year. From the first 15, they've drawn 6, lost 6, won 3. You turn 2 draws into wins. All of a sudden, you're sitting on 4 points extra, and you're comfortably where they have been in the last few years. So Gillingham are getting better, but Bolton, a great side, only the 1 clean sheet in the first 7 this season at home. They really, really need to start, keeping clean sheet, because they have got the firepower at the other end, but they're just not consistent with the goals. They'll go 4 games without scoring and score 5 at the game. Dapo Afolayan, I like him a lot. 4 goals now. 7 goals in 15 for him. And Elliot Lee, impressive start to his Bolton career, getting another goal. He was excellent against Charlton. Burton 1, Oxford 3. That's only 1 defeat in the last 6. Now, for Oxford, they scored 13 in that. That's including 5 against Accrington. They've won 7 of the first 14 games. They're averaging that 50% win record that, you want your good side to do over the course of the season. Unbelievable start for Oxford this year on 24 points. And, you just look at it. They're over the 1 point half a game. They're at, 1.7 points a game. This stage last season, they're on 10 points more already. And that's the difference between finishing 20th right now and in the playoffs. That is how much of a difference it is. Oxford fans, unreal. Matty Taylor getting on the score sheet. It's only the second away win of the season. But Brewers, again, very up and down. Last 6, won 2, drawn 2, lost 2. They've only lost 2 of the last 8, though, to be fair. Lakin getting the goal. Fraser Blake-Tracy wasn't very good the other day for Burton, what I've seen. But they'll react. They were good on, Tuesday against Fleetwood, I thought. They had options, going forward. Your Hemmings, your Atkins, your Jebbersons. So we'll come to the comments just now. Hello, the hybrid stand. Hello, Chris. Hello, Harley. What a legend, by the way, we met on Saturday. Lovely lad, absolutely lovely lad, and enjoyed speaking to you. He should be making an appearance this season. From an Ipswich Town fan, you can't say we're getting points, draw something else. Bad result this weekend, rather than beating MK Dons 3. We'll get to that in just a minute. Hello, Katie. I'm not going to call a side to win the league this year, because every time I do, every week I do it, every time I talk up a team, they go and lose the next game. I am literally like the talking version of Drake. If you don't know what that means, basically Drake has pictures with big events before big games. We had one with Anthony Joshua. I think he lost his fight. He had one with Harry Kane and lost his fight. Marcus Rashford lost the next game. It's like the Aaron Ramsey when he used to score and a famous person used to pass away. Why does the Billy Drake... It is a business at the end of the day, James. You can't just keep, plumping money away. If you could like the stream, that'd be much appreciated. We got, I think, 60 likes last week. On 14 at the minute. Give it a little like as we go into the second batch of 4 fixtures. Doncaster 3, Cheltenham 2. Now, Doncaster, if they just played all their home games, they'd be all right in mid-table. 16th, they played 6 home games. They've won 3, drawn 1, lost 2. And for a side bottom of the league and pretty much out of it for the whole season, that's not bad. They have won those last 3 home games, against Morecambe and then Cheltenham. So, teams that are down there, but you've got to be beating teams that are around you. Away from them, they played 7, they've lost 7. They've only scored 2 goals. So, getting better at home. Dudu getting a goal. Anderson and Vileka getting a goal. Cheltenham only got the 1 win in 7. Not very good away from home. Better. Alfie May getting a goal as well. I like Alfie May. The 5 points off 21st Cheltenham. I wouldn't worry. They're a side that can easily go and win 2 games in a week and, be okay. But Doncaster, good win for them, that I think. They needed it. They're keeping themselves in it. And good news for them, giving them a lifting spirit. They're now longer bottom. They're on double point figures per point. So, getting to those 2 landmarks seems small, but the 4 points of drift getting better. But Crewe are the whipping boys so far this year. Even Fleetwood managed to beat them. And Fleetwood's where we're heading next. Ipswich Town 2, Fleetwood Town 1. Now, I thought, first half, if I'm honest with you, both sides had 3, possibly 4 good chances. 8 there, the disallowed goal, which, in my opinion, was onside. Macaulay Bonner, a tame, had a good ball in. He's created a lot of chances through the width, tried to play through the back five, and Fleetwood held the shape very well, I thought. And then Chaplin, just after half-time, stunning strike. Does it take a deflection? I'm not quite sure, but a very good goal. It's his 4th goal in 8 for that man. Unbelievable signing. And then Morton got us into the game. Ginger Ronaldo, great header. Paddy Lane coming off the bench again, but Selena was the winning boy. A great goal. Janai Dinesian, the former Fleetwood Town loanee last season, getting the cushioned assist, and Selena pokes home. The last 5 games, they've won 4 and drawn 1, 13 points, scored 12, 4 points off the playoffs. This Ipswich side have talent, they have goals, they're exciting to watch. The manager's passionate. There's a feel-good factor right now. After the game, you should have seen it. It was electric. The limbs were unbelievable. Something special's coming in at Ipswich. It's been like a wave and a wave, and they've had so many false storms. This needs to be correct now for Ipswich. It needs to be now. It's no point going to lose the next 2 games now, because it'd be just like, well, what's the point? You know what I mean? They need to keep winning. They need to keep unbeaten. If they can, Plymouth away next week, if they draw that and win the next game, it's a good point, that. If you draw it and lose it, it's not a good point, that. Ipswich Town should be looking to get 2 points a game in League One. They're a fantastic football club. The budget they have is unbelievable. They've got the players, they've got the resources, they've got the manager there. There's no excuses now. They've had him for 2 years. They've been soft, they've been flaky. They haven't been there. But this year, they're at it. They scored 46 goals last year in 46 games. 14 games in this year, they scored 29. So 32 games less, and they only scored 17 less goals. Unbelievable. Fleetwood 23rd in the league in the relegation zone. I don't fear, if I'm honest with you, Fleetwood will be fine this year, in my opinion. And they've got enough quality. They've got games in hand. The worry is the lack of squad depth. But we'll come back to that in a minute. MK Dons 0, Rotherham 3. That's only 1 win in 5 for MK Dons, and they've lost 3 of the last 4. But Rotherham, that's 8 unbeaten, 8 clean sheets in 14. It's the most in League One. They've only conceded 10 goals this season. They're averaging about 1.9 points a game. Promotion form. They're 5 points clear of MK Dons, who are in 7th now. Aikwe, Barlasser and Ladapo all getting on the score sheet. Great result for the Millers. Going under 8 and doing their business very slowly. Only conceding, 3 goals in those 8 games. It's a 4-2 defeat to Fleetwood. Morecambe 1, Plymouth 1. Again, good comeback from Plymouth. 14 unbeaten. It could have been a win for the Pilgrims, really. But Jokel Anderson, the lad on loan from Rotherham, kept the Shrimps in it. 2 wins in 9, though, for Morecambe. They lost 3 of the last 4. They need a clean sheet. But Mayer coming good for Plymouth. Get your comments in, guys. Let me know your opinion on those 4 games. Fleet will be mid-table either this season. I believe so, Harley. I think, we've got enough strength in depth in the players that we do have. Yes, the squad depth isn't great, but you've got a lot of players that you can bring off the bench and, have enough quality. Gregory was rubbish when he came down to Portman Road. Yeah, he's one of those types of players. If he gets a goal, he's good, but if he doesn't score, I just often wonder what he does sometimes. A couple of tough fixtures for Fleetwood. Next week, Wycombe and Wigan, so could get worse before it gets better. Time to hold our nerve and not get negative. Exactly. Grayson's doing a very good job so far. Anyone that puts Grayson out needs to understand the budget he's on, the players he's got. We're in an embargo. We haven't got much money. We've got a lot of injuries. We're holding our own. And we're not doing too bad. We were good on Saturday, in my opinion. I thought we played very well against a good Ipswich side who don't represent where they are on the table. At this moment in time, they're probably top 6. The last 5 games, they'd be top 2 easily. Because Wigan have lost in those. Sunderland have slipped up. They haven't. They're keeping consistent. You shouldn't be allowed to. Unlucky K. Can Ipswich go all the way? I don't see why not. But win. Just do your business quietly. Just keep going about it. Get consistent. Forget Fleetwood. Plymouth next. That's the mentality. I like what they do at Brentford. They do a 24-hour rule. So they win the game. They're buzzing about it. 24 hours later, 3 o'clock Sunday, focus turns to the next game. And it's worked so well. Promotion, 2-player campaigns, a promotion, holding their own in the Premier League. That's what Ipswich should be doing. They're a massive football club, and in my opinion, they should be up there come the end of the season. But Wednesday won, Lincoln won, and we're talking about consistency. They're only 3 points off their playoffs, but how they're clinging on to those 3 points off their playoffs. They have drawn the last 3 games, and when you look at it, Wimbledon away, Cambridge away, Lincoln at home, minimum they should be getting for Sheffield Wednesday Football Club is 7 points. Lincoln are a good side, but you should be beating Cambridge and Wimbledon, who I hate saying you should be beating teams like. But the Sheffield Wednesday Football Club, they've got a big budget, they've got a good squad, they've got 9 players in the summer. They've added to the strength that they had already in your Dominic Iorthas, your Barry Bannons. So they've got a great squad there, but they're just not consistent enough to get in the same conversation as Sunderland or Wigan or Wycombe or Ipswich at this moment in time. And it's like, you just think, Wednesday, all they won, could that be the kicking form of going 5 games? Thinking they started very well, but I said when we played them, there's something just not quite tweaked. And if they get 1 goal, they just seem to sit back and invite pressure. And Lincoln obviously scored. And then Wednesday have no plan B. That's what I think sometimes. And I hate talking about Wednesday and that. I don't want to write them off just yet. But they just need to start winning games of football. They need to stop conceding soft goals. They need to 1-0 up. Right, we go for another one. That should be the mentality. That was Ipswich's mentality when they 1-0 up. Should have had 3 or 4 before Fleetwood got back into it. That is Wigan's mentality. Go for another goal. Sometimes they do sit back, I'll be honest. Sunderland's get a second. If we don't get last 15, get to the last 5 or 6 minutes, hold it out, try and nick one on the counter-attack. But you can't do that every week and get away with it every week. And it seems like it's been coming. For Lincoln, 4 wins, 4 draws, 6 defeats this year. I just think they need 2 or 3 back-to-back wins for that little bit of consistency. It feels like the lone players of last year are, away, and it just feels to me they're in a bit of a mixed bag at the minute. But what a result for Shrewsbury Town, 4-1 against Cambridge. And in the last 9 games, they've not kept a clean sheet, Cambridge. They've conceded 2 goals 5 times. They've conceded 4 once. They've conceded 5 once. And they've only conceded 1 twice. So no clean sheets in 9. You're not going to get many results in League One if you cannot keep clean sheets. You cannot allow Shrewsbury to score 4. Ryan Bowman, who was rushed to hospital the other week, glad to see him back on the football pitch, scoring a hat-trick. And Leahy getting another goal, scored against Bolton a few weeks. So if they, again, another team at home, they're 9th best at home. They've only picked up 1 point away from them, but 9th at home, unbelievable, really. 4 wins, 1 draw, 3 defeats. They're getting there, getting consistent. Cottrell's a good manager, he knows how to skin a cat and be up there. But result of the weekend, in my opinion, was Sunderland 0, Charlton 1. Atkins sacked, Johnny Jackson, Charlton club legend, and Jason Ewell taking over for now. That's 2 wins in 3 away. They beat Fleetwood, lost to Lincoln, and beat Sunderland. But Sunderland won first 6 home games and couldn't make it 7. In a way, the next couple of games are crucial for Sunderland. Rotherham away, Wednesday away, Lincoln at home. And this is a big test for Sunderland. This could be a few big weeks because I've said the mentality of Sunderland is different this year. I think they're stronger. I don't think they're as good as they maybe were 2 or 3 years ago. But they've got the mindset now to do really well. So let's just see how they do. If they can get maybe 6 points or even 7 points out of that, they've reacted well. And they show that, great comeback spirit. And Wycombe, Tazza Foley, what a YouTuber. There with a brace, 97th minute, a YouTuber's dream title. And that's 6 home wins out of 6. They're in the top 2. They're absolutely flying, but no winning 7 for Crewe. 3 draws, 4 defeats, and they've lost the last 3 games to Fleetwood, Sunderland, and now Wycombe. Again, not great for the Alex. Let me know your opinions on this week's fixtures. Who are your new top 2? Who are your new bottom 4? Let me know. I want to know your top 2 and your bottom 4. Let me know in the chat down below as I catch up on the comments. I'm interested to know down below. Right, let's catch up. We can afford to sit back as we are we're great on the counter. Exactly. And you've got the 2 in midfield, then you've got your McLeans, your Wilkins, your Callum Langs, those types of players. Hey, I love your videos on Lucky Against Us. Top man, mate. The ref on Saturday had the worst ref I've ever seen. I hate when people blame referees. Sort more out. Lincoln calling Newcastle of the league. Yeah, Lincoln, I saw that. Michael Appleton. I think 9 of their 11 on Saturday, Wigan, they haven't spent a penny for. I know you've got wages, but even so, I think that's just a slight dig, really. I watched Fleetwood Town need a new manager, still bottom 4 at Christmas. Right, I'm going to get into this, and I'll probably video clip this for a video. So, all I'm going to say is, about Fleetwood. Fleetwood Town are a football club that are currently in an embargo. Fleetwood Town Football Club have currently got one of the best training grounds in League One. That is a fact, by the way. It's not, in my opinion, they've got one of the best training grounds in League One. It's worth around £8 to £9 million. You know, you've got loads of pitches, you've got a gym, you've got a dome being built. What is the point of going to get players on 1-year deals, getting paid them £4,000 a week in wages when we can't afford that? We can't afford to compete with Sheffield Wednesday, Wigan, Sunderland, Wycombe, you know, haven't got a big budget, but we can't even compete with that anymore. And it was just unsustainable. And how long will that last? You see what Scunthorpe have done? They threw the towel at it. Look at Bury, they threw the towel. And look what's happened to those football clubs over the years. So, with an embargo, we've currently allowed to play 22 players, and we're allowed to use as many youth players as we want, I believe. If you look at that squad on Saturday, we cannot really make any changes, bar maybe 1 or 2. So it's really hard to go week in, week out performers with young players. You just cannot do it every week. Joey Barton said he was correct on that. But they will keep Fleetwood in League One. Simon Grayson has got a shoestring of a budget. He's got 50% less of a budget than Joey Barton. He's 22 players. He's not paying any more than £2,500 for a player. By the way, I can tell you this now, at least 7 players last year or the year before were over that. You know, your Paddy Maddens, your Glenn Whelans, your Paul Coote, even loan players. What's the point? This year, we've gone with youth and create one of our own. Paddy Lane, Jay Matete, Jed Garner, who's been excellent, by the way, this season in front of goal. James Hill, England under-17 international. Carl Johnson make his appearance. You know, Max Macmillan coming through. There's so many you can name. You've still got a very good squad there. Callum Camps, you've got Jordan Ross, who's injured at the minute. Tom Clark. Both of them are injured, by the way. We've got 6 out injured at the moment as well, who are key players. Give Grayson time. Give me a manager who could do a better job than Simon Grayson, that Fleetwood could afford, and Fleetwood could afford to sack Grayson. I gave him stick when he first joined, but I think he's done a great job. He consolidated last year. We were going to go down last year. If things carried on, Fleetwood Town would have gone down last year. He kept us in League One. Safely, by the way. People were moaning the last 5 games. We were bored and have nothing to do because we were safe. So we've got games in hand. If you look at the 10 game previous to Ipswich, we were 11th in League One. If we can, we'll be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. And you know me, I'll call it as I say, and I will slag Fleetwood off when I do. But I don't see why. We've lost to Ipswich and Burton, who two good sides. Burton are 8th in the league. Ipswich have won 4 of the last 5. They've got one of the biggest budgets and best squads in League One. What's the panic about? Beat Rotherham. We drew to Sunderland. We're okay. We're okay to. We're not boring to watch at all. You know, we score goals. You know, good going forwards. Anyway, that's enough about me Fleetwood Ryan, if I'm honest with you. But like I say, I just think Fleetwood fans need to have a different opinion on Simon Grayson. I think you've got to look. If Simon Grayson, by the way, hadn't managed Blackpool, none of this would have happened. That's the biggest agenda. If you ask if this was Joey Barton, they'd be going, oh, stick with him. If it was Wilesy, who I love, by the way, oh, stick with him, young manager. If it was anyone else, he would be saying stick with him. But because it's Simon Grayson and he managed Sunderland, he didn't do too well. Get a grip. Realise that what Fleetwood Town's expectations have changed dramatically this year. We're on a less of a budget. We're not going to compete like we have done in previous years. Fleetwood Town get 2,500 in League One, which is unbelievable said. Pilly cannot keep afford to put money in. His business is going down the drain as well. We'll be fine this year. We'll be absolutely fine. And we're going to come to the table in a minute. But let me know your team are getting on this year. Did you sort your mate out on the coach back Saturday? Yes, Glasses Gate. They will be sorted. They're fine now, but one of the sides is a bit wonky. Bar that, it's fine. Great GT play was total. By the way, we've got more points. I think we've got the same amount of points with Grayson coming from behind than we have done with Barton. And Grayson's managed 100 last game. So I never thought I'd ever be sticking up for Simon Grayson. I really didn't. Grayson is a top League One manager, did a good job at Preston. Exactly. You look at the Bath days club, Sunderland, Bradford were tough at the time, Blackpool were going back. But again, the League One table. But before we do that, I want you guys to put some key players in League One this year that you've liked or you've seen, do well. My list, and let me know what you think. I've gone for Athlone, McConville, Pell at Accrington, I think, had a good season. Danny Andrew, 4 goals, 3 assists from left back. Scott Twine again, hat against Fleetwood the other week. Tazza Foley again, brace from the back the other day. Joe Jacobson, sweetest left foot in League One in my opinion. Barlasso, Rathbone, and Aubergine. That midfield 3 for the Millers. And then we've got Keane and McLean from the Latics. Dalberg from Doncaster, I think, has had a very good year. James Henry's up there as well. Cole Stockton, he's a league top goal scorer. Macaulay Bonne up there as well. Michael Smith, Ross Stewart, Ryan Hardy. There's loads of players. Let me know some of your best players so far this year. I'm interested to know. If you're new to the channel, get liking, get subscribing. And again, we're going to go to our Q&A part in about 10 or 15 minutes' time. Up the Owls, Rotherham United to win the league. I wouldn't put it past them. They're consistent. They don't concede goals. They score goals. They've got firepower. They've got squad depth. They could break into that top 2. Neil Doyle, Connor Chaplin. Our best centre-back is 19-year-old. His partner is a Salford reject. I think Tom Clark's been very good since coming in personally, James. Sticking with Wigan and Millers for automatic. Yeah. Wycombe, though. Wycombe and Millers, I can't wait to see them two battle it out. The next 10 games for me are crucial. Wycombe's home form is impressive, but rather than a good home and away, which I really like. Thoughts on the mighty Cambridge. I think they'll stay up this year. Just need to keep a clean sheet. Jay Matete, he was unbelievable on Saturday, I thought. Imagine my shock. Morton, 1 chance, 1 goal, signed, top striker. Absolutely great ball in as well. He was unbelievable. Greasy did a great job after taking over from Barton shambles he left behind. Exactly. That's something I didn't mention as well. Needs to kick on now. Maybe a good, 4 at the back needs to happen. I agree with you there, Tony. Matty Taylor, he is a good striker. He scored 17 in the last 2 years, and he'll be well on the way for that again this year. Dominic Iorfa, exactly. I said in my opinion, he's the best centre-half in League One by a country mile. Absolute beast, that man. Dapper Falai, not a clue where he'd be in the table if he wasn't playing for us. He's a great player, isn't he? Young, exciting, takes players on. Was a bit poor against Sheffield Wednesday, but I saw him against Burton on Sky. He was excellent that day. Pilly allowed that shambles to happen, but he reacted, James. I'm not getting into Fleetwood because it just frustrates me talking about this because people put, I want Joey Barton back. Just, don't understand it. The bottom 5. So Shrewsbury, Crewe, Shrewsbury, Charlton, and Doncaster all won on Saturday, whereas Crewe and Fleetwood, who plummet down both by a position, did lose. It's Crewe bottom, Doncaster, Charlton, and Fleetwood, 8, 10, 12, and 13. And then you've got Shrewsbury, who are improving, Gillingham, who are getting those points on the board, and Cambridge are slipping down that table, but they have got a couple of games in hand, just like Fleetwood, on 15 points. They've drawn 6 of those first 13 games. So it's not like they're losing every week. They've only lost 4, so it's not a bad start. Then you've got Morecambe, Pompey, and Lincoln just above that in the middle of the pack, getting points the other day on 15 and 16 points. Portsmouth Football Club already this season are 8 points off the playoffs. We're 14 games in. They were top of the league after 3 games. That's embarrassing. 7 points from 11 games. Unbelievable. Will Portsmouth react? What will they do in January? Because this isn't the Cowley's fault, in my opinion. Danny Cowley's got a decent squad, a little bit better than they're doing right now. I know if there's Jack, he'd be giving him stick. He's been in the job 6 months. But the squad isn't good enough. Harness, Curtis is a good place. The rest, you look at it and you're thinking, meh. Marcus will score you a few. Other than that, they're average. So if you're expecting playoffs this year, I think there's 10 better sides than you. And then you look at you're looking into your top 12 then. Bolton and Ipswich getting good wins. Bolton after, a bad run. They're only 5 points off the playoffs. But Ipswich, unbelievable turnaround. 5 unbeaten, 4 wins out the last 5, 4 points off the playoff. They scored 29 goals, only 17 less than they did in the entire of last year. And they're only 10 points off top of the league with a game in hand. And they play Plymouth at the weekend. So that, good results going. I know it is, but 4 points off the top after a disaster start, conceding goals. And what did I say to Ipswich fans? 4 weeks ago, got hammered. Stick with Paul Cook. He's the right man for the job. He's as passionate as you. I called Ipswich fans nuts the other day, and I meant it in the nicest way possible. They're just absolutely crazy, and they absolutely love the football down there. And, it's unbelievable scenes. But Sheffield Wednesday, they've only lost 3 games all year, but they remind me of Sunderland in the first year. They cannot stop drawing. Banksy it this way. 6 draws from 14 games. Where's the clinical edge? Where's that nastiness? Wednesday have got it. Wigan have got it. Sunderland have got it. Oxford and Rotherham are nasty to play against. Ipswich, Accrington, who, by the way, are only a point behind Sheffield Wednesday. Same games played, are nasty to play against. I'm more fearful of Accrington than I am of Sheffield Wednesday right now. Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday got an unbelievable, decent team and probably a bigger team and will finish above Accrington by a bit, in my opinion. And the fans are incredible, but I'm just not seeing anything to really convince me of them getting in the playoffs. I think if I look at the thing, Plymouth, better than them. Wycombe, better than them. Wigan, streets above them. I know Wednesday beat them on the day. Sunderland, I think, are better overall. Rotherham, Oxford are better than them, beat them. MK Dons, I think, is a good game. I think they're very even. I think they're better than Burton overall. But that's 8th best. Sheffield Wednesday are 8th best in League One. That does tell you how good the league is this year, but it's not good enough. Sheffield Wednesday should be doing better. Really should. And I hate saying that because I've got a huge admiration for them. But Burton and MK Dons sit outside the playoffs. And then our tops, our player positions, Oxford, Rotherham, Sunderland and Wigan. Is it a League One campaign if Rotherham don't win the playoffs? The last 2 years, they have been in it. They have won the playoffs. Can they make it? 3 promotions in 5 years. 8 wins from 13. They're 8 unbeaten right now. They've only lost 3. They've only conceded 10 goals this season. They sit on 27 points, 5 above 7th. Only 3 points off the top position with a game in hand. 3 points off top with 2 games in hand. Aubergine, you've got Rathbone, Barlasser, Wiles, Ladapo, Will Grigg, Michael Smith. What a squad you've got. They could really challenge that top 2. And I've not really mentioned them, but they are very good. They are very good. They've got a competitive manager who's very calm, like Ainsworth, does a job, gets his side organised, doesn't really make many changes to his 11, doesn't really make a lot of subs early in games. He sticks by them. And you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a tough game. I know he's scored 4, but, freaks happen. Sunderland, the only side in the top 6 to lose this weekend against Charlton. But they'll be bounced back. They've won 9 in the first 13. They've only conceded 13. They'll be fine. Those next 3 games are massive for that mentality swinger, in my opinion. Wigan, again, great bounce back ability. They won 9 in the first 13. They've only conceded 9 goals. The only side to concede less than double figures in goals. And Wycombe closing the gap on Plymouth, who drew. But Plymouth are 14 unbeaten. And they've still not lost away since the opening day, not lost at home. How good is this Plymouth side, guys? When they did what we did and thought they could walk the league, exactly. John Coleman, most underrated manager in the EFL. I'd agree with that. I really would. John Coleman, Gareth Ainsworth, Ipswich have lost 1 in 8. Unbelievable. I just think with Ipswich, I'm a bit harsh on Ipswich. If they draw, it's not good. If they win and draw and win, draw, good. 2 points a game. They draw 3, win 1, lose 1. So what? You lost 1 in 5. You've won 1 in 5. Big deal. That's, I just have that expectation for Ipswich. And now they're proving me right. I thought, the squad the other day, it's like, oh, crap. Oh, Bond's running forward. Oh, Aluko now. Oh, it's Kyle Edwards, who unsung hero, by the way, excellent the other day. Burns came off the bench and was excellent, I thought. Selena came off the bench and scored. The defence rarely looked threatened. We didn't really get at them, but great result. Now we're going on to Saturday's fixtures before we go into the Q&A. And I'll read it out, and you just have to basically just tell me your result for it, if it's going to be that team's win, a draw, or a defeat. If you can like this stream, let's get to 40 likes. Come on, guys. And then we're going to go into about a 20-minute Q&A. Like I say, I really do enjoy doing these shows. If you do want another one later in this week, let me know, and we'll have another look at it. And if you want to, I tell you what, this stream gets over 50 likes before we end it. We'll do another stream this week on League One. So we are going for Cambridge against AFC Wimbledon. Cambridge do need a win. AFC Wimbledon 14th, doing very well. Got a great squad. I think it's going to be a draw, that one. I think both sides could do with a win just to lift them up that little bit more, give them a bit more of a breathing space. I'm going to go for a score draw. Cambridge love a win. It would take them to 50% draw record this season. Wimbledon have, drawn 35% of their games this year. Both got good players. Your Sells, your Presleys, your McCormicks, then you've got your Idales, Ironsides, your Brophies, Lloyd Jones, Meetoffs, Tees now for Wimbledon in goal. I'm going to go for a draw. What you are saying? We'll put them up 2-2, 1-1 draw, 2-2. It says EJ. Wimbledon win. Everyone like it. Love that Harley Green Army. Like I say, we'll come to your questions in a minute. 3-1 Wimbledon. The next game we are going to is Charlton against Doncaster. Charlton. I said this about Ipswich a few weeks ago when they had Doncaster, funny enough, and they got 4 points. It's all about that next game. If they go and lose, it's like, Doncaster are needing that win away, and they are going to get it soon, in my opinion. But Charlton, Johnny Jackson, rejuvenated, got a chance to really push on. They could go to, 6th, 8th, 17th, 18th with a win. Then a good result. They're only 10 points off the playoffs. And you're thinking, 30 games to go. If you, average a point, maybe 0.2 a point a game extra than 6th, you're going to maybe sneak in there. I don't think Charlton are good enough, but after aspirations, I think Charlton will win 2-0. Let me know yours. 2-0 home win, 2-1. Yeah, like that. 3-1, 2-2, 2-0. But next is Crewe, MK Dons. Crewe back at home, lost 4-0 last time. MK Dons outside the playoffs, need a win to rejuvenate them. 60% of possession against Rotherham at the weekend. I'm going to go for a Crewe win. They've got to win it sometime. They've only won 1 in 14 this year. MK Dons don't look on it at the moment. I think that little bit of a honeymoon period and that little bit of a bounce has gone. And again, it seems to be like the sides from the bottom are just picking up a bit now. There's 6 points adrift. Will Dave Artell, hate to say it, will they maybe move on, go in a different direction? He's been there a long, long time. And he probably deserves to walk away at his beck and call for what he's done in that football club. I don't think the squad's as strong as it used to be, but I reckon they'll get a shot win. I'm going to call it 4-0 MK Dons, 2-1, 4-0, 1-0, 3-1 Dons, 4-1. I'm going for Crewe. I'm going for an outside win in this one. I just think, they'll shock a few. So, just let me know what you think, because no one's agreeing. MK bounce back, Crewe won't get a kick. Yeah, that's the problem. How they do out of possession, really. Fleetwood against Wycombe. Well, Wycombe, away from home this year, they've played, 8 games, won 3, drawn 3, lost 2. Very hit and miss. Fleetwood have lost, the last 2 games. We're better at home. I'm going to go for a Wycombe win, though. I love Gareth Ainsworth. I love what they're doing down there. I love that squad. I love how organised they are. It's a very experienced team. It's a very young team. Will it tell in the final minutes when we're a little bit fitter? But if they go 1-0 up, I can't see anything else in them seeing out that victory, because they are very annoying to play against. And I like that. 3-2, 2-2, 1-1. Tell you what, there's a few positive Fleetwood results. Oh no, 3-0 Wycombe. I'll shout to you. I need to go take care. Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate that. As always, I reckon 2 on Fleetwood. Go on, the Harley. I did think I could like you more than I already did. What a man. Better than that Connor, that mate of yours, eh? Playoff games expected, always low scoring between them. 1-0 Fleetwood. Love that, Tony. I forgot about that. The playoffs. I've still not watched the highlights back of those games. Gillingham against Accrington. Now, I think this is a good chance for Gillingham to get a real win on the board. They did beat fellow Lancashire team Morecambe. Got a good result against Bolton, which is a good point overall. If they win, they can go to 13th. They'll move up at least 3 or 4 positions. That's how close it is. But they've not been that bad, Gillingham. If you watch them in key moments and key areas, it's just fine margins, like Simon Grayson spoke about at the weekend. I think they're going to get the better of the fine margins. Accrington are a side that will win 1, draw 1, lose 1, and win 2, then lose 2. They're a funny side. But I'm going to go for a Gillingham 1-0 victory in that one. Very tight. 2 sides, like to try and keep it tight. 2-1 Accrington, 2-0 to Wycombe. 0-0 written all over it. 1-1, 3-2 Accrington. Also, more towards Accrington. I see. Lincoln against Shrewsbury. I think Lincoln will get the win in this one. Again, I think they're going to be around about where they are now, mid-table, where they were in the first year. Keep consistent. Shrewsbury, not great away. I just can't see them getting anything from this one. Only the 1 draw away this season. 1-1. 2-0 Accrington. We're going to come 1-1. 2-1 Lincoln. 0-0. Both sides are painfully average. That's the problem. Shrewsbury won't be down where they are now. They'll be about between 15th and 18th. They'll be more than fine. Just because of that manager of theirs. Like I say, Orient. Hugh Norris has gone for 0-0. Lincoln 4-0. Oh, brutal. 1-0 Lincoln. Favourable towards the home side, and I can see why. Really, Oxford against Morecambe. Oxford have been on fire at the moment. 24 wins, 7 wins from 14. Only lost 4. They scored 23 goals. They're only 6 points behind that top 2. Morecambe have conceded 10 goals in their last 3 away games. 4 to Wycombe, 3 to Burton. And, 3 of the week away at Cheltenham. They need to shut that back gate. They're struggling in, front of goal as well. Stockton on a goal drought. No goal in. 2 for that man. But they're holding their own. I think it will be an Oxford win because they're at home. They're very good at the Kassam Stadium. I think it'll be a clean sheet as well. 2 or 3-0. 5-2. Oh, 3-0, 1-1, 2-0. 2-0, 2-0, 3-2. Morecambe, I do respect them for what they've done, so far, but I just think Oxford are a bit too strong. Plymouth against Ipswich, first against 10th. I believe this will be a draw. I think if you ask Plymouth fans and Ipswich fans, would you take a point? They would. If I had to swing one way, I'd go for an Ipswich win. I just think Plymouth are getting that rub of the green in some games right now where they're holding on in, little key moments. But Ipswich, they look the real deal. Like, if they really get at Plymouth, get in the faces, that first 10 minutes, because I find that sometimes they're a bit slow to start, if I'm honest with you. I think they went 1-0 down the other day. If they can get an early goal, they do like early goals at Ipswich. I'm going to go for 1-1. But if I had to go for a win, I would go for Ipswich. But it's a tough game, that. If Ipswich draw that and win the next one, it's a great result because it'll be 7 unbeaten after that. If Plymouth draw and win the next game, it's 15 unbeaten. Do you know what I mean? So, 16 unbeaten, really. That's the difference. He does love an own goal, doesn't he, in the big games? 3-2 Plymouth. Home Park is a fortress. Plymouth won Ipswich 4. Wow. You've gone for a battering for the Pilgrims. 1-0, 1-1 or 2-1. 2-1 Ipswich win. Simon Kennedy with a £1.79 donut. My guy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. 2-0 to Ipswich. Pompey against Bolton. Now, Portsmouth are better against the so-called So Bolton get good against the so-called bigger teams. Beat Charlton. You look at the team Bolton have played in the bottom half so far this year. They beat majority of them. They've been very painfully up and down Bolton this year. I know they've lost 6 of those first 15 games, which you want to 40% that is already. So Portsmouth though look embarrassing. They look out. The manager looks. What do I do now? Really, I'm going to go for a Bolton win. I think Bolton will win that 1-0. 3-3. 1-0 Bolton, 2-2, 3-2, 2-0, 3-0. I think if Portsmouth lose that game of football, we could see another manager sacking. I really do believe that. I think they'll panic, which they shouldn't do. They should stick with that. They should stick with Danny Cowley, because Danny Cowley is a long-term manager. He hasn't got the squad at his disposal. It's all on that one game. I think it could. If Bolton lose that, I think they're going to have to accept mid-table. With Portsmouth win it, it's like pushes it up a little bit. That's what their mentality is at the moment. It used to be, closing on the playoffs. Rotherham against Sunderland. Big game. 5th against 4th. Sunderland lost, on Saturday. Rotherham are 8 unbeaten. Great at home. I'm going to go for a draw in that one. I could just say, Sunderland stopping that little one-game rot, against a good side. Don't really lose anything. Don't really give Rotherham any ground. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. What are we saying, guys? 2-1 Rotherham. No, I don't. We won't. We'll be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. 4-1. Plymouth 0, Ipswich 3, 0-0 Sunderland, 1-1 Rotherham. Mixed bag. Again in that one. I just think, draw. Both sides are very good and got good mentalities at the football clubs. Next is Wigan against Burton. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Wigan win. Clean sheet, up the table they go, and continuing that trend of keeping clean sheets. Burton are a good side, but again, they're in that 7th to 12th bracket, in my opinion, this year. 0-0. Ooh, 1-1. Burton are a frustrating team to play against. I don't really like playing against them. They've been involved in 47 goals in 15 games, which is over 3 goals a game, which is impressive. 2-1, 1-0 Wigan, 1-0, 3-0. So slightly favouring Wigan. No Burton wins, though, in that. So, guys, the last 12 minutes are here. 3 likes away from a bonus live stream on Thursday. Anything to ask me, Q&A, now is your time. We've got 12 minutes left of the show. We always try and give a good 10, 15-minute segment to the Q&A. Let me know your questions, and I will get back to them with you. Jeff, what a guy. £5 super sticker. My guy. I really do appreciate that. Everything earned does go back to the channel, whether it's on microphones, whether it's on StreamYard, whether it's on resources. By the way, guys, if you're a football fan, I recommend getting this book. It is unbelievable. It's not an advert, by the way. It's not in WH Smith. It was $24.99, but it's the best football book I've ever read. And I use this for every show. I mean, every show I do, for some of the stats I have. It's called the Football Yearbook 21-22. WH Smith is 52nd year of them doing this, apparently. First year me buying it, but there's literally every player on it. English players, results of last year. Unbelievable book. My type of book. As you know me, guys, I love a stat, and I absolutely thrive off it. So if you're interested in football, have a look, and if you do buy it, let me know. Be interested to find out what you think of it. Thoughts on Keane Hayes on loan at the moment, and he scored a good goal the other day. Hope he can come back. Tony Ollie with a £3 super chat. Great show again, Ben. Now go about yourself. A Lemsip. I know. Believe me, these shows Monday. That's the second call I've had on a Monday. Feel awful. Unbelievable. Tell you what, I watch Fleetwood every week, so I think I can get through a little cold. If Embleton plays as a 10, we would. Embleton is key in that Sunderland squad, in my opinion. Sheffield 1, Blackpool 1. Tell you what, Blackpool are scaring me now. When I thought they'd do all right in the Championship, I never thought they'd be level near the playoffs after 14 games. They can They can calm down with that little stuff that they're doing. Jesus Christ. I did put them to win against Preston the other day until Sheffield Wednesday let me down for 70 quid. Yes, there should be a ground in a few weeks for a National League club, hopefully, if Fleetwood's game gets called off against Doncaster, which I think it will. One player you think will get a move to the Championship in January? Ooh, Cole Stockton, I think. I think it's a big deal. I think they'll get, I think maybe a club like Middlesbrough or QPR, if they don't recall Bonn, of course, or bottom half, either Blackpool or Hull. Hull like to play with a big striker. They've got Tom Eaves, Peterborough. We'll have a look on Cole Stockton. Even, top end League One clubs will have a look. I think he could go. Have a look at the star players who have done. Dapo Afolayan could go to could go and be Aze's replacement. QPR, Scott Twyer could easily go to the Championship. Aubergine, there's a lot. There's honestly a lot of play. If I have to go for one, I'm going to go for Dapo Afolayan. But I don't know why I'd leave Bolton at this moment. Who needs 3 points? Charlton or Doncaster? Charlton at home against a side yet to win. Big, big game. About 18th. Who impressed you for Ipswich on Saturday? The supporters more than any player, if I'm honest with you. The players I knew were good. The fans I knew were good. Didn't think they were that good. Like, that is the loudest I've experienced a crowd cheer. And I've seen 45,000 Sunderland fans cheer at Wembley. I've seen the same at Portsmouth. I've seen Portsmouth at home. I've seen Ipswich before at home. I've seen Sunderland at home. I've seen some big hitters at home. No one compares. Like, that fan base. And someone put it 16 years of hurt. This year needs to be right for Ipswich. If it isn't, then it's just a step back. And those supporters I just feel sorry for, if I'm honest with you. They just need, to get going. Do you think Grayson will be Fleetwood much longer? He'll stay to the end of the year. Man United nil Liverpool 5. After Tuesday, where will Ipswich be? After Tuesday, where will Ipswich be by Christmas and the end of the season? I think if Ipswich are anywhere from 8th to top 2, they would have done well. If they're 3 points off the playoffs at Christmas, I don't think that's a bad return, because that means they've kept in line with the playoffs, and the playoff form by a dodgy start. I don't think it's, and they're going into the second half of the season on a good momentum, still in the playoffs and a chance to get in. But I think they'll be in the top 6. I really do. Technically, we beat Bolton. Remember, I seen you at your work, like Salford fan. Love that. Do you think Ipswich will get promoted? Ask me in 2 weeks' time, and I will answer that. At this moment, I'm very tempted to say playoffs. Will Norwich get battered everywhere they go? Norwich get battered. Tell you what, if Coldplay did weekends, Mick McCarthy gets sacked, Norwich lose 7-0, and they get a last-minute equaliser. Tell you what, Ipswich fans, what a weekend for you. Unbelievable. I think Coos is better than that Batty. Get out of here. Dan Batty, the Yorkshire Pirlo. Unbelievable. Most promising manager in League One. Ooh, I like that. Most promising. Ooh. Liam Richardson's young. Because if you said promising, I think you mean a young manager, really. Liam Richardson, for what he's done so far at Wigan, kept them up last year. They're going to do it with a big squad of big attitudes. Lampard couldn't do it at Chelsea. Liam Richardson's done it. Consistent. Yeah, absolutely. Realistically, the next year will be Ipswich's year. This year, and their team has shown and left themselves too much to do automatic playoffs or lottery. Exactly. It's all, but next year has to be their year if they don't go this year. It's like if they don't get out next year, it's like, well, how long are they going to be stuck? You've seen Sunderland, this is the 4th year now. You've seen, Ipswich get stuck down here. This is the 3rd year now. So it really needs to start hitting Ipswich. They really need to get it right. And the next month is massive for their season. Massive for the history of the football club, really. Great result for you. Yeah, I agree with that. pal. It's Julian Richardson. He had like a 9%. Yeah, but all his passes were sideways. Realistically, finished for Fleetwood, knee clock back, IMO, flexibility at the back. Yeah, agree with that. I think anywhere above the bottom 4 is a good position for Fleetwood this year. As long as we don't go down, we're okay. Wycombe versus Fleetwood prediction, 2-0 Wycombe, 7-0. We lost by 8 to Chelsea. Beat Hull, 7-0, 8-0. Underage stream for Ipswich, Bon and Wes Burn, some of the... Oh, yeah, exactly. Burns was excellent when he came on the other day. Any player in League One that you think has Prem potential? Ooh, I like that. Dapo Afolayan at Bolton. I'm a big fan of, like, I've said many times. Young player James Hill at Fleetwood, obviously I watch him every week and think he could make a step over. You see Harry Suter do it. I think you've got to look at your better sides, really. That Pendlebury at Wycombe looks a good player, young, exciting. There's a lot of Premier League players for League One clubs right now that could easily go back in my opinion. I'm pressing it bad everywhere they go, like that. What can I say for the next 2 years? I bloody hope so. 2-0 Donny tomorrow. Away day winner. Are you going? Amanda Dobber will be class when he returns to us from Colu. Exactly. Great team getting the loan spell, eh? Where's Shaden Morris meant to be back? A couple of weeks, apparently. He was out for 10 weeks and he's been out for 6.5. So I'd guess anytime in the next month he'll be back. Pies will win the league. Oh, I like that. It'll be between Wigan, Wycombe, Rotherham and Sunderland for the league. Two of those 4 will get top 2. The other 2 will finish in the playoffs. The other 2 for the playoffs, I'm looking at MK Dons, Oxford, Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth. Any of those, and then you got your Burtons, your MK Dons could easily get into that top 6. It's a really tough league this year. It really is. Class content up, though you're still mate. Thanks, Holly, for the donation, my mate. And there will be another show late in the week, so don't worry about that, where we discuss more League One and the general knowledge. We'll talk about Tuesday's game. It'll just be more of a chat show. Preston Liverpool score prediction 5-0. Thoughts on the Ipswich fans at the end? Class. Unbelievable. Now home to Cambridge, mate. Oh, big game. You play Charlton tomorrow night. Sorry, on Saturday. Evening, Nappers. Hope you're okay. You should be proud of the way your team played Saturday. I am. We had a go at you. And that, in my opinion, is better than sitting back for, 90 minutes, really. Thanks, Biggs. Lovely to speak to you as well. A lovely guy. Always nice to see you. We won't win IMO. Good choice, mate. Do you think Grace is the right man for the job? At this moment in time, yes. But in maybe 2 years' time, maybe not. Thoughts on Paul Cook? Passionate. Loves it. Probably a bit too intense. I know it's Rich coming from me, the most intense man in football. And he's very analytical and he likes truth. He likes being honest and he likes being true to yourself. A lot of the Porter journalists were slagging him off and he confronted them about it because it upsets them. He tried to say it to his face because they know he wouldn't. So fair play. What was the mood of the coach? It was a bit down, but I think when you can see to Blackpool twice in the last minute and Sunderland that denied promotion, I think we've been worse. But I think we just got to go again. Everywhere, mate. No. I think we need another defender and another midfielder at this rate, in my opinion, mate. To be fair, I thought Fleetwood didn't look like a bottom team. I agree. I've got to Iceland, didn't go Saturday, I can't go tomorrow, but go in Charlton. Love that. Again, good result on Saturday. But that is the end of today's show. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe. We're getting over 125 subscribers since the video out on Saturday. We're closing on 10,000 views on that. So if you want to go and give it a watch, let me know down below. Until next time, guys, I will see you later. Plenty of League One content coming. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I go live. It's always good. We had loads of you when we first went live today. So the support is growing. Thanks to everyone who's watched. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Katie. Thanks, Lewis. Thanks to everyone for the donations. Thanks, Hugh. Thanks, Leo. Thanks, everyone who's class. Thanks, Harley. Thank you, Tony. Thanks, everyone who has watched. I'm off, but enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'll be back Thursday for a League One show. Wednesday, I'm going to watch Burnley Spurs. It won't be a vlog on that one. I just want to go and enjoy a football game. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will be back Thursday at 6 or 7 o'clock. I will put tweets out. Follow my Twitter, FTFC Nappers. Until next time, I'll see you later. Go on the cards. Bits, what a lad. Sent a £2.49 donation just before we go. Hero, lovely man. Lovely to see you the other day. Thanks, everyone. I am off. Thanks for all the support, guys. Go on the cards. Gigi Ronaldo.